All right, welcome everybody. I've been telling everyone that they need to do a live stream, so here I am eating my own dog food. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about, but we'll talk about some things I've been thinking about recently. One idea that I've had that I've been thinking about a lot is this idea that we need to go on a quest. We need something to pull us out of our daily routine. So most people they go through their day, they wake up at the same time, they go to work, do stuff that's relatively uninteresting. They come home, they watch TV, they go to sleep, and that's it. And after we do that for a long time, we develop that routine, we become comfortable and stable in that environment, and we kind of lose perspective on what we're capable of, what is outside the little bubble that we live in, and we become soft after a while. So the idea is that we need something to make us uncomfortable, to pull us out of this bubble, to make our lives more interesting, so that we can see what we're capable of and what lies outside our routine. So the antidote for this, I suppose, is doing something deliberately difficult. So doing something physically difficult, doing something that forces us to take on a level of stress that we're not used to do something that maybe we're not capable of at the onset, that over time we need to develop in order to meet that goal or that quest, whatever you want to call it. And in doing that, in having that challenge or that stressor, it allows us to develop and move on to do bigger things. So we can see that our boring daily routine, may not serve us. It may not be the life that we want to live, so that we get a new perspective. So a couple examples of this. I like Pat Davidson's current crazy ass workout. It is basically 40 minutes of powerlifting nonstop with virtually no rest periods. The idea is that lifting 70,000 pounds in 40 minutes is probably not going to make you very strong very quickly, because you're going to overtrain. But the idea is that in doing this, you get a new appreciation for what stress really is. You get a new perspective on, this is what I'm capable of, or this is what I might be capable of, because I've done something more difficult than I've ever done or that I ever do. And so we begin to learn, what we're actually capable of when we do this challenge. So I like that as an example. To take a ridiculous example, Alex Honnold recently climbed El Cap without a rope. So 4 hours of climbing a enormous mountain straight up on smooth granite, and basically just did it with some chalk. This is probably the most insane thing in sports that's ever been done. Now, to even be able to think that you could do that would require, just an enormous amount of work. And the idea is that he's been doing nothing but this for a very long time. He's been climbing, he's been training, he's been free climbing forever and ever. And he's essentially made the quest or the challenge, the thing that we're talking about, whatever we want to call this, his entire life. He's given up on all of the other normal routine things that a person does. So he doesn't take out the trash, he doesn't mow the lawn, he doesn't have a house, he lives in a van. He does nothing but the thing that challenges him. There is nothing else. And because of that, he's able to achieve things that normal people can't achieve, because they're caught up in the distraction of the everyday, boring, mundane, bullshit that we do, that doesn't develop us, that doesn't challenge us, that doesn't make us more difficult, make us more capable. So the only way to do something as insane as that is to take this idea of this quest to an extreme, to do that, completely. So if that's what we're capable of at the the most extreme end, perhaps we should start with something small. So another example is I forget the guy's name. I'll try to link in the description here. The concept of a micro, what the fuck is it called? A microadventure. So the microadventure is, we're going to fly someplace for a weekend, we're going to climb a mountain, then we're going to come back Monday morning and go to work. But we take a weekend or we take a day and we do something that we otherwise wouldn't imagine ourselves doing. So we do this, maybe it's a trip, maybe it's going camping, maybe it's, something like that. But it's something that we don't normally do and we always imagine ourselves doing. But if you actually look on a calendar, how many days out of the year do you really spend doing something that you're going to remember 10 years from now? Most of us do things that we will completely forget because they're not important, they're not interesting, and they don't challenge us. So if we want to have, if we want to be more capable and we want to have memories, we want to develop ourselves, we need to do things that induce stress, things that challenge us and require us to meet goals that we maybe aren't capable of now. So that's an idea I just want to talk about. I think we'll play with this over the next couple episodes and talk about things related to this idea of doing things outside our comfort zone. So anyway, if you like this, we'll keep doing it. Share it with your friends. Thanks.